We've got some brand new DC movie news today. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, David Sandberg, who's going to be directing the upcoming Shazam movie, said that he's not going to use special effects to digitally de-age anyone who's playing Billy Batson or, the superhero, the adult version of the superhero Shazam. For those of you who don't know much about the character of Shazam, who is also known as Captain Marvel, DC's Captain Marvel, it's the story of a little boy who's about 12 or 8 who runs into a wizard, and the wizard grants him the power. If the little boy says the word Shazam, he turns into an adult, buffed out superhero who, runs around and flies and has super strength, similar to Superman. And the whole metaphor is that Billy Batson is a little kid who fantasizes and idolizes Superman and who actually gets to live, Superman's kind of adventurous life, that side of Superman's life. But even though he turns into an adult magically, he still has the mind of a little boy. And there are a lot of adventures that come from that. And there's a lot of other things that go with the character, like he's an orphan and there's a lot of tragic backstory and things like that. But that's the basic gist of Shazam. It's a little boy who says a magic word, turns into an adult, and gets to live out, his superhero fantasies through, a little boy's mind and perspective. And there's a lot of things that you can play with storyline-wise from a little boy who's stuck in a man's body, who's experiencing the world this way. But back to Sandberg and his comments, he's just going to cast a little boy to play Billy Batson and cast a separate different actor to play the adult version, Shazam, which I think is the way he should go. I know that you can do a lot of things with special effects. You can put an adult actor's face on a child's body and use effects to, manipulate the person's face so they look like, a little kid version of themselves. But Sandberg said that would be a lot of hassle, and it probably would, and it probably would add, or take money from the visual effects budget, right? They got to spend all that money, on superpowers and things like that. So, they would have more of it to spend on that if they didn't have to spend so much on making an adult actor into a child version of himself. And it's going to be a lot easier for them to, just have a little boy go like this and then cut to have a grown man in an outfit go like this. And David F. Sandberg can do a lot. He's a really good director. He has a horror background. He's done a lot of horror movies. He directed Lights Out, and he most recently directed Annabelle Creation, which came out earlier this month. I think that came out August 11th. Shazam is scheduled to come out sometime in 2019, and it was one of the films that Warner Brothers announced during their movie panel at Comic-Con in July. And Sandberg has said in earlier interviews that he's going to make Shazam one of the most lighthearted and fun DC movies to date. And DC has made a conscious effort with their movies lately to go in a more lighthearted and fun direction where it's appropriate. Jeff Johns gave an interview saying, he referenced, the perception that used to be the case where when people said or thought DC movies, they thought gritty and dark. And he said, no, that's not it. DC is about hope and optimism, a more, positive view of life. And they're set to infuse a lot of their movies going forward with that. And it looks like Shazam will be that way. And I agree, because even though there's a lot of tragedy and, harshness in Shazam, if you read those stories and Billy Batson's background, it's about a little boy who becomes a superhero. And that invites itself to a more child-friendly and lighthearted, storytelling. You don't want to have a depressing story that stars a little boy, right? You want to get into that, family audience, get to those kids and adults. There's a lot of things they could do with Shazam that will be really great and will reel people in if they do it the right way. And I have faith. And in other Shazam news, actor Alan Ritchson, who played Aquaman on TV a long time ago, has teased and trolled fans that he's going to be playing Shazam. I don't know if he is or not, but he's, leading people to believe that he is. I think he'd be great in the role. He certainly has the look. But I don't know. I don't know if he's just playing with people or if it's actually him. But if it is him, I give it the thumbs up. And I don't know who they're going to cast as the little boy, Billy Batson. Sandberg did say, I think he told Collider, that a casting announcement for the little boy actor, for more actors, would come soon. I don't know when soon is, but it's got to be sometime because they got to start production pretty soon if they want the movie to be ready by, 2019. And, Wonder Woman's coming out in December 2019, so they need to have other movies come out earlier. So if Shazam's even coming out earlier in 2019, they got to start that production, ramp it up sooner. But I'm really excited for Shazam. I can't wait. I think it's great and smart from a marketing and business perspective for DC and Warner Brothers to make a kid-friendly movie, because that's just more butts and seats, a bigger audience, a bigger, potential money-making opportunity if you can have families in there and not just adults. And I have a lot of faith. I think David F. Sandberg is a good director. I think Shazam's an interesting character whom you can do a lot with. And I like the new direction for the DC movies. If you'd like to watch me make more videos about DC movies and TV shows, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and talk to you soon. Bye.